Prowl has disappeared. I have a proximity transponder to alert me when he's near, something he set up when he and I worked together. Who knows where he's supposed to be at any given time? The perk of being Chief Strategist, Secret Service, spook, and all-round shady string puller means you're not supposed to be anywhere, I guess. But I knew he wasn't supposed to be down there on Earth, a place in Alaska called Nome. I don't want Prime or anyone else on this collar. I want Prowl to see my face as he's being taken down. So there he was. Until he wasn't. His signal just disappeared. And that's when I came looking for you. Only I couldn't find you either.
The Ark, 241031 miles from Earth.
So, what were you up to, Cup?
Just let me get the old processes heated up, RC. Well, yeah, I just woke up. Thanks for pulling me inside.
Why weren't you on board the ship? What were you doing out there?
Just a spot of riveting busy work is all. Didn't expect to black out while I was doing it.
Blackout? Right. This happens often, Cup? Something we should know about?
Just give me a second, can't ya?
Do I look like I have a second to give? The clock is ticking, Cup. It's bad news for Prowl, if I find him, sure. But it's bad news for everyone if he's been compromised. Now, on your feet.
Well, Prowl's a popular guy for all the wrong reasons. Ain't many I could think of wouldn't want a word with him.
True, but I made a few checks, and the usual suspects are all clear. Hurry up. Something strange is happening, Cup. All made stranger by you being off deck when he disappears.
You trying to say something, kid?
Yeah, do your job. Prowl's a security risk, and when you're not on the nod, you're our security chief. And one way or another, Cup, you're helping me find him.
You want me to go down there with you?
Yes, right after you've gotten me inside here.
Prowl's old quarters. Think Prowl would have given me a spare key code. You're unreal, kid. That place will be sealed up tighter than a shardigan's.
Stalin, Cup?
A little. No, I'm trying to make you understand. Whatever's locked up inside that room was never meant to come out. Get me the hell out of here, you screwhead. Space Station Debris, base of operations for the wreckers. Let me fuck out! I know you're out there. You one-armed hypocrite. What are you listening to me? Sick. You're sick. You're nothing, man. You think you're something? You think I respect you? Why am I here? What'd I do? What'd I do? What'd I do, Impactor, huh? What'd I do? They deserved it, man, and you know it. You don't just let their type walk away. You want to send a message, grind them into the ground, put your threads in their wake faces and spin them into the dirt so they can do whatever again. I showed them like you used to show them, coward. You gotta lock me in a box, Impactor, huh? That's what we're gonna do now, right? Someone gets too real, put them away and forget about them. I'm an Autobot, Impactor. I'm a wrecker. Who does that? Who does that? I know who does that. Springer. You're Springer now. You lock a bot up, and when he don't fit no more... You're not me, Guzzle. And I'm not. Forget Springer. Springer's gone, okay? No, Impactor, he's not. Roadbuster. I mean, I don't know what I meant. That Roadbuster. Welcome to read me a story, big boy. No change here, then. Nah, you? Day 1467 of Springer lying there on that circuit slab. Day 1467 of me by the side, reading him, vials in the green, but nothing happened up top. When you talk to him, Roadbuster, you're not hearing him talk back, are you? No, Impactor. Ever think it's time to stop? Don't know if I could. Nothing else to be doing, right? The wreckers are dead. Peace killed us. So why put myself through this? Moving around, picking off Decepticon resistant cells. Was it in me, in us, that won't let me quit? And why is it 10 times worse in him? Roadbuster, they were beaten, and he massacred them. And the hardest thing wasn't seeing him do it. It was resisting the urge to join in. But you didn't. You saw a fellow wrecker who needed help, and you took the only option you had left. That couldn't have been easy. Look at us. The best armed babysitters in the quadrant. You just need to learn to accept change, Impactor. After all, we're Cybertronians. It's what we do. I feel the time I've given over to Springer has made me a better bot. I don't even think about really big guns anymore that much. What you've done for Guzzle is a sign you care for him. It's a natural form of bond with those we work closely with. I think back on the connections I made with my cadets. Yes, well, and I'll peel your tires off and slap you till your fans come off. He'll burn himself out soon. Come on, let's go somewhere and have a bit of fun. Are you enjoying this or something? The creepy around, the castling coursing through my air system, the big mystery.
Ooh, Cup. The biggest mystery right now is how you got us in after swearing blind it couldn't be done.
That's why you're smiling. It looks weird.
I get that security your thing, Cup, but like you said, getting access to Prowl's quarters shouldn't be straightforward, yet here we are.
Maybe I'm just good at my job. You ever think of that?
Or
maybe, I don't know, don't feel like luck. You can tell when it does. I just seem to have a sort of touch for Prowl's security codes and protocols, almost as if they're mine.
He vanishes and you can be found. His data falls open to your touch. What's going on here, Cup?
Now look, I'm helping you, ain't I? I'm not calling you out on every word thing you've been saying. Damn it, I've got word that this has happened in the first place, so maybe I need to start asking some questions.
Okay, dial it back. All this search is telling us that Prowl even shadier than we suspected, and it makes me want to stab.
Wait, that one. Open that one.
Remember Garrus 9? This can't be good.
Oh no, you dumb kid.
Cup, who's that? What's going on?
Her name's Verity, and she's in trouble.
The worst timing. Damn it.
Verity's this human who fell in with the Autobots way back, wound on the mission with the Wreckers to liberate the prison on G9 from some psycho who'd taken over the place. That was the cover story. Our real goal was to retrieve the transcripts of Autobot war crime trials from a computer called Equitas and stop them from falling into Decepticon hands. Something I only learned on the way home on a ship bringing with our dead. The data was reclaimed. The only copy in existence was handed over to Prowl, or so we thought. See, Verity was close to Iron Fist, the bot who downloaded Equitas directly into his own head. When I think back, neither of them should have been there in the first place. Iron Fist died on the way back home, and Verity took it hard. Now it looks to time like he made more than one copy of the trials, and this poor deluded girl is using it to put the squeeze on Prowl.
Is she insane? There's dozens of these messages, and they've been accessed remotely as recently as 2 days ago.
And get this, last one transmitted from Nomi, Alaska. How's she even sending these?
He went to meet her. That's it. Has to be. Prowl was treating this seriously enough to go to her location. So what happened to him when he got there? What did she do?
Do? She's a kid, RC. A human kid. How could she?
A kid who sends subspace messages to the head of Autobot Special Ops and waves the most explosive data packet in Cybertron's history around like it's a toy. How could she, what, Cup? Kill Prowl? Expose him? Reignite full-scale war?
Attention, please. If you are viewing this, it is because your lack of 100% accurate security navigation has triggered this message, and you have been identified as an ally. It is also because I have been compromised and so currently pose a high-priority security risk. I have been forcibly removed from action against my wish. I have no way of accurately predicting the cause or culprit. I assure you, my disappearance will not have been an accident. My recovery is to be seen as a security operation of the utmost urgency. Therefore, I have only one course I wish you to pursue in my safe return. Only one Autobot possesses the tenacity, ability, and willingness to push himself to the absolute limit in the name of following an order. Find Springer and have him find me. Prowl out and hurry up.
Springer? Springer?
Yeah, Springer was...
I know who Springer was. Hard case, tenacious, maverick type. Prowl hated him and still...
Names him as the bot for the job. Gotta stink, kid.
Damn you, Prowl. What was the point in having me around if you're just going to... Cup, what do you think you're doing?
I'm putting it in a call to Derber's. See if I can get patched through to Springer.
Hang on. Am I wrong, or isn't the great Springer rotting away on a life support just a great big drain on resources and goodwill? If your bond with this guy is so strong, Cup, why didn't you magic him back to life before now?
I see. What? Just me and you handle this?
I'm not getting Prime and the others involved, and the only reason you're coming along is you know too much about it now.
I see. It's too big. Let me try Springer, if we can get him.
Fine, Cup, play it your way. Play it Prowl's way. Even when he's not here, he gets what he wants.
I'll make it quick.
Another nasty blackout, Cup. You should get that scene too.
Hello, Prowl. Welcome to the noise maze. Good, isn't it?
Gone. Is it gone? Was it even...
Verity Carlo?
Stakeout!
As duly appointed deputy of the Tyrus Accord, I am authorized to inform you that you are a very, very stupid girl.
Oh, Stakeout.
Wait, Verity, I shouldn't. It's too risky.
For God's sake, Stakeout, it doesn't matter anymore.
Don't suppose it does. Did you do it, Verity? Is Akitas?
I sent some messages, is all. I haven't done anything else. Animals, Stakeout. I think the animals are after me.
Verity, you're not yourself. Your condition is making you paranoid. Here, climb in. I'm all warmed up. Let's get you somewhere safe. But I insist on an explanation for your actions.
Huh? Did I smile? Stern Stakeout is funny Stakeout.
Jeez, I feel bad about the bear now. They kinda rare.
So you came.
You needed me.
I always needed you, Stakeout. When you ran out on me, I needed...
Whoa, sorry, miss. I thought you were someone else. I'm looking for Verity Carlo, not her whiner cousin victim of Weep for Me.
You left me.
No, you know that's not how it was, Verity. It wasn't safe for you anymore. Who knows what us being near each other could do to you now. The message you left informing me you'd been blackmailing Prowl screamed, cry for help rather than independent and fierce. You needed me and I came, and here we are. And I'm still waiting for an explanation.
Damn it, he deserves it. I deserve it. No, the dead deserve it.
No, they deserve not to have died for nothing, Verity. If you leak this data, this half-piece between Autobots and Decepticons falls apart. I know you're hurting, but if this gets out, How many more innocents die?
You're totally going to get off on this, but sometimes you're so Ultra Magnus.
Magnus paired you and I together here on Earth for Garrus 9 Verity, so I wouldn't use him as a yardstick for poor choices.
So we played by the book then? What? Prowl wrote the book. He owns the frickin' library.
Primus, forgive me for ever running out on you, but I've always been your friend, and I'm here now, 5 years together, and me keeping an eye on this planet. I'm as loyal to you now as I ever was to Ultra Magnus, so I need you to listen to me. I believe in justice, Verity, and I promise you that Prowl's day will come, but this is not the way.
I need to do this now while I'm still able. I need to be the one who lets him know he can't... damn it.
What you need is rest, Verity. Get comfortable, I'll go as smoothly as I can.
Where's Prowl?
I know I should have done this a long time ago. If the situation was flipped, I know you'd be by my side, willing me back to health. But it's easier for me to keep my distance, keep binding the lie. I'm not strong like you, kid. No one is. I guess that's why I'm calling. I've got a story to tell you. A while back, I got myself stranded on a different dimension. The usual, huh? I don't place much value on myself, but I knew you'd always had my back. If there'd been a way to come get me, you'd find it, if you were able. But you didn't come, and that was when my spark dimmed, kid. Not at the thought of never getting back, but because I knew that the only reason I'd been left there so long meant that you'd never woken up. Prowl's been taken. We don't know by who. He asked for you. You were the only body he trusts with the security and safety of our entire rotten civilization. Damn it, he's right, kid. We don't have time for this. On your feet, soldier. Show an example, for crying out loud. You're a record, damn it. You're their leader. But more than that, you're an Autobot. One of my own. So I'm telling you, kid, not asking you, not pleading with you. This is Cup ordering you. Wake up! This is fun. More fun than being underneath it. Setting aside your own burial plot while you're still up and around. What is that, a reassurance thing? Reassurance? Insurance? Something like that? I'm surprised Prowl left it alone while you were in Garrus 9. He could have had it demolished. I think Prowl has even longer memory than he lets on, Roadbuster. Trinity, Crest, Hyperion, out there's someone we haven't even met. Yet, that's gonna be leader of the Wreckers someday. What about the upstairs? How long before he makes it down here? Geez, Impactor. I always thought I'd be me. Roadbuster, you need to start to get used to the idea of letting Springer go. You're unbelievable. It should be me, taking my place here before him. Imagine it, being trapped, locked inside yourself, any freedom you have stolen from you and you're kept around on the whim of someone else. Imagine talking about Springer instead of yourself. I know you choose to forget it, but damn it, I'm a Wrecker leader too. I know what he deserves, what he needs, where his dignity. Guzzle in a box, bellowing himself empty because you fell out of love with killing bad guys. Where's his dignity? That's not the same. And I can help him. Excuse me. Hi, my name's Hubcap. I'm station administration. Not now, how come? But I just wanted to say, it's okay, I get it. Look, it's great to meet you too, but now's not Haha, hey, I'm not one of them. Whoa. Not, it's your friend in the box. Thermal sensor are saying he'll have melted through his container in the next 15 minutes. So I might need a hand dealing with that. Fine. Station admin, huh? Must have done something pretty bad to get that gig. I think he actually wanted it. He's a little communications buff, head full of wavelengths and frequencies that no one has even thought of yet. Don't know what he spends his time on really here. Well, there's more to be done, huh? Done here than you think, mate. Well, there's more to be done, huh? Done here than you think. Like visiting Springer with Roadbuster. Think it's weird, right? You think it's wrong that Springer's being kept like this, don't you? Well, I don't want to, I don't know. And you wonder why I don't talk to you. Roadbuster, just consider it. Just think about it. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. Fire alarm? Damn it, Guzzo. That's not the fire alarm. Springer's life support. Are you? Should we go with him? Yeah. Roadbuster. I can't go in. I'll go with you. No way. Come on. You need this, Roadbuster. I'm sorry, but you need to see this. He's gone. Prowl has disappeared. Now, I know you sent him those messages, Verity, and I know you intended to compromise classified data in order to serve the amoebic view of justice. Now, I know you sent him those messages, Verity, and I know you intended to compromise classified data in order to serve your amoebic view of justice. What I don't know is, why are you lying now? I have no clue where Prowl is. Alright, sorry, you misplaced him, but I ain't gonna squeeze any tears over it. Everything leads back to you, Verity Carlo. You expect me to believe you that you don't know where he is? I expect nothing from you or anyone else, Pink Lady, and I definitely don't expect anyone who wears that badge to understand my reasons for calling Prowl on everything he's done. But I know I'm right. This disc contains the testimony of Autobots charged with war crimes, only it's weird. Prowl himself only appears as a witness. He was never charged with anything. I get it. I get war. A third of my life was being ruined by yours. Prowl doesn't play war, though. He manipulates and controls them into doing horrible things in his name. I don't know where he is. Good luck finding him. No doubt you will. Lackey comes to the rescue. Bacon is saved. Bad cop gets away again. Maybe human might need to find him has very little to do with his well-being. Now I'm constantly reminded that your kind deserves our protection, but I feel that Now I'm constantly reminded that your kind deserves our protection, but I feel that the response to any threat should be proportional. Do it, Rizzo. You think I haven't been schooled to resist refined methods of questioning from your type? I've got nothing to lose. Well, that's a lie. This is the only copy in existence, isn't it? Where is he? No, damn it, wait, Really? Really move or there's gonna be a mess. You're knee-deep in one, kid. We're here to dig you out. Cup? And well decided to wake up? Can't stay asleep forever. I have no idea where you are, but we're the Wreckers, and we're here. I have no idea who you are, but we're the Wreckers, and we're here to make things better. Permanent, secure, unequivocal peace. It all added up. All your predictions, all your projections, all the work you put into pattern analysis and resolution simulations. The threat of the Decepticons has been removed. You were the only one that saw what needed to be done, and I feel foolish for not realizing that sooner. Thank you, Prowl. Please, don't thank me, Optimus. I just took my plans to their natural conclusion. It was you and the others. What you did, what you had to do. Don't dwell on it, Prowl. Old friend, we should move on, knowing what we did was in the just cause. I only wish we had followed your advice sooner. Me too. It was infuriating having all the answers and not being listened to. You were right all along, Prowl. You were right. Yes, I was. I was right. I was... What? Did you like that, Prowl? I hope you did. It's a positive reinforcement prison. Keeps captives docile by giving them everything they want. You thought I'd eschewed the concept of punishment, so we nixed it? Your voice. Afterwards, you had me develop spark extraction. Much more effective. Not as effective as the noise maze, but you'll have to take my word for that. It's you, isn't it? It's Tarantulas. Yeah, as if that name means anything anymore. I don't understand. What? You don't understand? You feel like I've won already. Success. Say it. I want to hear you say it. You don't understand what? I don't understand how you're here. How is it possible? Oh, I like knowing things you don't, Prowl. Is this what it's like to be you? A coffin full of secrets, where your head should be? It causes me to consider who would be interested in knowing all the things Prowl knows. No one, anyone, everyone. You've had this long, and the best you can do is blackmail, revenge. Your mind never used to be so small, Tarantulas. My mind's bigger than ever, Prowl. But then it's had a lot of time and a lot of room to expand. Blackmail and revenge, byproducts. I need something from you, and I aim to ensure I get it. If I do not get it, then it's time for a few truths to come tumbling out for it to joy. If I do not get it, then it's time for a few truths to come tumbling out for all to enjoy. I know how this works, Tarantulas. I'm not entering into any dialogue until you give me proof that you have Spec 1 on dirt on me. You strive for control, even in the face of defeat, the most marvelous specimen. Proof? Yes, of course. And then, talk. Get cozy. Well, if she didn't do it, who did? Verity is responsible for Prowl's disappearance. Right. Who are you, anyway? That'd be RC, and when she's not accusing humans, I'm suspect number 1. You, Cup, say it ain't so. Well, Cup was nowhere to be found when Prowl disappeared. Guzzle, so where was she? What are you thinking, Springer? Springer! Springer! I think the last 5 years I spent offline were nowhere near the waste of time this is. Still fits. Thanks for thinking out, Stakeout. Should keep you warm at least. Nome, Alaska. Have I been out of it that long that Decepticons aren't behind this sort of thing anymore? You, RC, You have all the wrong answers. What's been going on? So take charge. I can see why Prowl selected you for this job. That, and you have an intellect to rival the width of your shoulders. Decepticons, oh yeah, 'cause closed now, back to bed, you condescending stick shift. It all checks out. They've been eliminated from inquiries. You know who hasn't been? Her and him. Pretty weird, huh? Steady there, Ulster. Finding it a bit much? Just a wobble. I'm fine. Hubcap, Roadbuster says you can help with this Prowl. Has definitely been in this vicinity recently, right? Any sign of any other tribes? Not until us. And now, energy signs, spark things, or field trails. The only life forms I'm reading are terrain and human and the local wildlife. So that's been sorted now, yeah? Now we need to start looking elsewhere. And it's all pointing to... Gotta go, I don't feel... Verity? I'll go, sir. Now that's convenient, isn't it? Verity, is it? It's fine, Stakeout. Well, not, but it's okay. Thanks for coming after me. Well, it's cold out here. I didn't like the idea of... No, I mean, thanks for tracking me down, for trying to help me. It's okay. Yeah, this guy's pretty empty tonight, huh? Shame. Stakeout, I want you to get to know... I get why you had to leave me before, and I'm sorry I threw it all back at you in your face. You don't need to apologize. I never stopped thinking about you, keeping an eye on you. You're part of who I am now. You're millions of years old, and you've only known me for 5 of them. How can I mean anything to you? Out of all those millions of years, Verity, out of all those billions of days and trillions of hours, the 5 years I've had with you have been the highlight. Oh, I'm scared, Stakeout. The bag! No! It's got Aequitas! We've got to... It's okay, get inside, I'm on it. Go get help. What is it with the animals up here? Springer, help! Aequitas, it's gone, a rabbit or hare, I don't know, it took the bag, Stakeout went after it, it followed the little piece of crap. Prowl's dope file disappears and so does Popo. Never trust a cop. Shut up. Come on, let's check it out. Shooting or hunting. Woo-wee. This whole situation, it's getting away from us. We need to get out of there and get that data's log back. Everyone, let's... Cop! This whole situation, it's getting away from us. We need to get out of here and get that data's log back. Everyone, let's... Cop? Hey, Cop, talk to me. Hey, Cop, talk to me. It's Springer. RC. This is how I found him when Prowl dropped offline. I don't know about what it's about. Springer, I know it's Cop, but those files, we need those files. She's right. This is the clearest sign yet. The Autobots are under real attack. Tracking that data slug is the best shot we're going to get to find out where Prowl is. I can answer that. I'm right here. What? Cop, what are you doing? You're not... I'm not, Cop. Not right now. I'm Prowl. Now, I'm relieved that you've made a recovery, Springer, but there's no time. You don't get to decide that. Tell me now what you've done to Cop. Mind control, a protocol I had placed in Cup's cerebral network to allow me to influence his words and thoughts. Cup required extensive attention following his radiation sickness on Sheshi. Remember? Where he killed dozens of Autobots you sent to rescue him? So I had Perceptor install this little extra. Why? Why would you need to? Our war was at a critical point, and all my carefully calculated solutions were being ignored. A charismatic figurehead like Cup could get my message across. I needed the Autobots, I needed Prime to listen. And did they? The opportunity never arose, ultimately. I was forced to use this connection to urge Cup to seal a portal to the dead universe. He was stranded there for 14 billion years, but all existence was saved, so you're welcome. There, happy? But we're Autobots. You're a monster, Prowl. Noted. Now, No more questions? A former associate known as Tarantulas has abducted me. We parted unpleasantly, and his return seemed unlikely. I have no idea what he wants, and it's bugging me. I'm being held in some place called the Noise Maze. I was rendered unconscious during my extraction, so have no clue as to the creation of my prison. Hubcap scanned. We couldn't detect any Cybertronian signals here. No, nor could I. Now shush, this next bit is important. When I came back online, I was coated in residual traces of earthen saltware. I hypothesized there to be an offshore undersea facility belonging to Tarantulas that I was taken to before my arrival here. Find it, and you may have some hope of locating me. But be warned, the nose maze itself is...
Prowl! Damn it, Cup!
Am I the only one who thinks these getting files getting out exactly what we need? You're so dense, Guzzle, your friends died securing that data.
Yeah, I know, so we don't need to ask those cuggers what they think. If you're not going to do many bad things and still call yourself a good guy, you deserve everything you get. And every guys like Prowl gets sent to Garrus 9. We've had our difference, Guz, but I'm finding it hard to argue on that one. Woohoo! Impactor lets me out of the box and agrees with me. Big day!
Guzzle, watch out.
Ugh, Harry. Ugh, stupid Earth thing. Harry and Fighty, woohoo! That cooked meat smell fluff.
Damn it, Guzzle. You can't do that. It's a wild animal. It's following instincts. It was just a dumb defenseless.
So sick of taking this crap.
Guzzle?
Sick him. Here come the spider patterns.
You are tiny and fast, and nothing about you makes any sense. I'm famed for my ignorance of the polar lipine species on this planet, but I know they don't do that. I'm starting to wonder what's worst about losing visual contact with these things, the fate of the universe, or dying of embarrassment. Wow, that's impressive. So, I'm calling this one in then. Is what I said, what he said, true? About the Mind Link Cup, What, the Autobots I murdered, is it true? You, Cup, you aren't yourself, Oh, God, don't look at me. Please, don't look at me. I've got you, Cup. What, RC? Nothing. It's nothing. Sarah, no trace of Tarantulas in the records, and no sign of any submerged mass in our locality either, I'm afraid. Now do you see it, Frenchie? Prowl just owned up to the entirety of bad juju and even managed to get someone else to do that for him. Oh, I see it. Prowl out of the picture. His evil deeds laid bare, all to condemn. Every Autobot at risk. I never wanted that, Verity, but you did. You need to prove, and prove fast, that you and this sidekick of yours aren't in some way responsible. This is Stakeout. Can you hear me? I mean, that guy's all about the timing. Visual contact with the package, but I might not be able to follow it further. The critter that took the data just disappeared with it into a primary cranial aperture of a large marine-based cetaceous mammal. The bunny went inside a whale? Big fella, yeah. Whoa, wait. The whale's opening its mouth again. Two really big, mean-looking subaquatic creatures have come out. One's got tentacles, the other's got too many teeth, and... yeah, they're coming for me. The whale? Large offshore mass? Big enough to be what Prowl talked about? Has to be. Stakeouts. Springer, new intel here. Prowl was taken to an underwater facility of some kind, and we think you're... Stakeout? Oh no, Stakeout. We lost his signal. Just his signal, right? It's okay, Verity. It's... Hubcap. That whale. It's big, right? Should be an easy lock.
Should be, but it's the same as that rabbit. None of these things are reading as alive. Without visual contact, they might be as well invisible. What's the actual point of you? Okay, we need to. Springer, are you okay? No. Yes, I'm fine. Cup, are you able for this? Sure. Okay, we can't locate this whale thing, but we can track Stakeout. Humming in on him should get us where we need to be. Finally, Verity, you with me. Always, Chief. Then let's move. So, blackmailing Prowl? Yeah, I know. But this other stuff, kidnapping, bag snatching, nothing to do with me, I swear. But this other stuff, kidnapping, bag snatching, nothing to do with me, I swear. Hey, I believe you, but you must have known there'd be some consequences of threatening a guy like Prowl. What were you thinking? When you were, those 5 years there, did you, dream? I don't think it's the same thing as it is for humans, but sure. When you're offline, you sometimes see things. In your dreams, what color are the skies? Red. Always red. Same here. Where I lived as a kid, the light population was so bad, nothing flattens your hope and dreams harder than seeing a big muddy butt sky just before you go to sleep. Then I learned about the aurora borealis, the northern lights, a big natural light display, something to do with electrons. I don't care, like a curtain of color in the air. And it's visible up here, in nowhere where we are now. I wanted the skies to dance when I sleep. Imagine if that's the last thing you saw when you closed your eyes. Springer, something like that. Ooh, Springer, why have you changed? Why haven't we stopped flying? Hello, Springer. I force-converted and paralyzed you with my outlier abilities. My apologies. It's left me drained, but ensures I have your full attention. Springer, you have been duped. We all have. Everyone who toils under the ruling class of either faction has been corralled away from the truth, but not for much longer. My name is Carnivac, and I am head of Mayhem, a group dedicated to readdressing the balance of power by any means necessary. We have perfected the means to remain utterly hidden from our enemies. Our spark signatures nullified 100% effective biodisguises. We could be anyone and anything. We are invisible, unlike some. Huh, Impactor? Yes, of course I know who you are, and of course I know why you skulked there instead of taking the shot and ending me, because what I'm saying speaks to you more than your orders to say Prowl does. Your mind reading's not as good as your other tricks, 4 legs. Your one thought's Impactor mind's quiet. Your buddy's in trouble here, loyalty not one of your upgrades. He's already dead. The cause still lives. The rulers, the game makers, the Prowls, there's a lot more of us there. Are of them, Impactor. When the time comes, remember that. Stop the clock, I'm done. I showed him Impactor, didn't I? I took him all, guzzled with the... Sick. Springer, you with us, Verity? Such a headache now. Taste. I like the taste. Get more. Fight for more. What to spill you? What with him, Impactor? Gone kill crazy. Has been for a while. Whatever it was in that fuel must have fired it up even more. Well, he can make himself useful. I think I've got a job that calls for a really big, stupid gun. So this spot, this, close to it, last known location of Stakeout. What, we're just aiming and firing at his residual spark signature? It almost sounds like a plan the way you say it. Get up, everyone. Tidal wave, settle down, you mewing protoform, focus on locating that missing Autobot. And don't break cover, we'll handle this. Ow, ow, forge me out. No way, I'm not having this. Teeth, tentacles, furry butt. They're the crew that got Stakeout. Let them have it. I can't see them, I can feel them, well a bit. But they're not showing up on any instrumentation. No underground readout, no heat trail, no sports sig. Can you just be happy punching something? No, I'm sorry. This is just... No. Is that a fish tank? Whales are mammals. Mammal tank. Tidal wave, you blowhole. Get forged, Clawjaw. I will not tolerate this abuse from you or them or anyone else. That's the pity. Meat guzzle. My favorite species endangered. Stakeout, has anyone found Stakeout? We think he's in that thing. This has to be what Prowl was talking about. Huge, amphibious, big enough to commodize regular-sized bots. We need to get inside. We get in there, we can get Prowl. Your eyes. What about them? It's the first time they've looked alive. Ow! Just ow! Tidal wave, steady. No, I'm sensitive. The more of me there is, the more feelings I have to hurt. I'll stop it right. This planet, this pitiful disguise. I deserve better. Don't tell me I don't. It's time I dealt with my tormentor's face, dude. My face, where's my face? I'm stuck. Why can't I? Oh, for frag's sake. Carnivore, you just little tight bird. Is this your doing? Oh, fall back, defend this idiot or we don't get home. Look, his conversion's jammed, his interior exposed. We've got our way in. Roadbuster, get on that, hubcap. You've got the best shot on figuring out what's waiting for us in there. Get your wrecker on. You're coming with us. Someone's watching out for us. Locks for amateurs. Hey, we could probably use one of these freak shows to help us out once we get inside. Cup, I need you to stay here and keep an eye on Impactor and Guzzle. Nothing to do maybe with being able to get a message to me through Prowl if you find him right. It makes sense, kid. It's smart. Go get him back. What he is, who he is, don't matter. You got a job to get done. That other stuff can all be figured out later. Cup, I never got to say. Good doing. Don't ruin it now. Go. Let's move. Wait, are you not even going to pretend to try and get me to stay behind? Find somewhere... Wait, are you not even going to pretend to try and get me to stay behind? Find somewhere safe, gentle, flesh creature? Never won that before. Oh, I had a speech. Wish I knew enough about Earth sea life to drop a badass one-liner here, Roadbuster. No, me neither. No, I mean, he's yours. That's it, Autobot. Run to your master. Shut up. Shift gears, Hubcap. You don't want to die out here before you get to find what's inside, don't you?
Springer's got a lead on Prowl, so get your boys' head back in the game. They need cover.
Guzzle's head long gone. Why aren't you going with them? Cold weather playing hell with your wing nuts? Prison humor really doesn't play well in the outside world, does it? I'll fill you in later. Get shooting. It's hard not to notice that you, all of you, the worse things have gotten, the more engaged you seem. Yeah, I felt it. I don't think I like it. Roadbuster, you hear me, you little rust streaking? Take us to the noise maze. Roadbuster, back off. That's an order. Are you for real? We're the wreckers. We've all done far worse for far less. So why not stop? I don't want to believe the same bot who sat with me for 5 years still does this. The two things aren't mutually exclusive. They don't cancel each other out. Let him up, Roadbuster. Sure thing. Roadbuster, damn it. That you'll take us to, lovely? The noise maze is a maze, there's a gate. How we know you haven't called ahead and told them to get the drinks in? I'm monitoring all after-tech traffic and analog frequencies, nothing's going on. It's a standard interdimension transition. I'll guide your way once we're there. Just please give me some space. Cool it, Roadbuster. We'll get more answers once we cross over. Cool it, Roadbuster. We'll get more answers once we cross over. Okay, everyone, just lie and tell yourselves. He'd do the same for me. Let's go. How lies the head, Prowl, heavy? What did you do to cut your transmission to whoever it was, not me? I have been busy doing other things. It was so intense, no one should be able to do that. Would need to be an outlier to pull it off. I did hear some of your conversation, though. The apology, the excuses for destroying a life, the reasoning behind everything, total control over another's fate against their will. How many others have you done this to? And has it ever been really worth it? I've had much time to consider, learn more about you, and gather all the facts anyone could ever need to truly know you. But one item eluded me, one final piece of treasure that would ensure that you willingly give me what I need from you. I told you, Tarantulas, I won't engage with you until you offer me. Look up, Prowl. My web casts far, Prowl. Vibrations tremor through it, telling me things. It talks of some things called Tyrist's Folly. It talks of something called Fate's Gavel. It talks of something called Aegitas. I prefer to call it proof, and I have it. Okay, now we talk. Tarantulas. The past. Tarantulas, I need to... Oh, it's you. Well, did they approve it? Approve what? Oh, High Command are worried about the ethics of a computer that asserts guilt, but Judge Tyrist wants it up for review. Ethics, huh? Seems besides the point. Tarantulas, I have to speak to you. You seem uncharacteristically flustered. What do you need? It's Carpessa. The neutral city. Not anymore. Not neutral. Not a city. It's gone. Of course. The Decepti-bomb, all its components, traceable only to the Decepticons. I trust it worked to your specifications. And come on, you've passed through the radiation mode now. You can lose the helmet at least. Right. I wasn't sure if I was safe yet. Yes, Mr. Tarantulas, the bomb did what bombs are supposed to do. And yes, explosive forensics have declared it a Decepticon war crime. 1,438 neutrals, 1,438 innocents dead, and every one of the survivors, everyone has enlisted as Autobots. Instant radicalization. I don't think I can do this anymore, Mr. Tarantulas. What? No, Prowl, stop being foolish. You're getting exactly what you want. Your commanders are dazzled by your accomplishments, and I've never been more inspired. The rate of ideas keep coming. As for the progress I'm making on the specimen, I want it to be different, Mr. Tarantulas. I want to be different. I can feel myself being seduced by what's possible and divorced from who I am, who I should be. It's finished. That's what I'm trying to say, Mr. Tarantulas. No, it's finished. Come, I want you to show you something naughty. Now I know we agreed to kill this project, that the spark extraction technique would be punishment enough for the prison you're building, but I had to see it realized. Tell me you didn't. Here it is, the noise maze, a small pocket dimension assembled from harvested matter gaps in the fabric of our universe, harnessed to attack and unravel the senses of anyone unfortunate enough to be banished there. It solves all the Autobot detention problems, Prowl. Once within, the noise maze utterly destabilizes you. All your senses scream lies at you. Lies you're supposed to stupefy. All your senses scream lies at you. Lies you're too stupefied to comprehend anyway. I think of it as an extra-spatial oubliette. Only one where you forget who you are more swiftly than those who placed you there. So, Prowl, do you think I'll make your life easier? Now, what the hell is this place? Did we do it? Is this the noise maze? Springer? Did we? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with all of you? That's screaming. Just stop, okay? Can you? And you're both just standing there and stop laughing. Why is he laughing? Someone tell me what's going on. The noise maze. Your newfound willingness to talk confirms all my hopes, Prowl. That this data slug, this tiny tab swollen with the testimonies from the Equitas war trials, is just as vital to you as I thought. You convince me you have something worth talking about, Mr. Tarantulas, but it won't do it blind. So get your grand entrance out of the way and show yourself. There was always a friction of nerves before unveiling my latest work to you, Prowl. I feel it more acutely now than ever. You're not Mr. Tarantulas. No, not anymore. Now I'm called Tarantulas. What are you? What have you done to yourself? Change, Prowl. You know, change, that thing you try and fail to do every few million years. I know that about you. I know you're currently going through another one of those critical phases, I know that about you. I know you're currently going through another one of those cyclical phases where your conscience catches up with you. And you remember what color badge you wear. It's red so stark against your black and white body. Such color odds for one so morally overcast and grey. It's ironic that, as a race, we struggle to make the changes that really count. The Ichthys data, Tarantulas, what are you doing with it? The real answer is anything I damn well please, but you're more detail-oriented than that, aren't you? These files shouldn't exist. Even I didn't know there was a copy still out there. Even before this finally came into my possession, I could have sunk you, Prowl. A task made simpler by employing the skills of individual gifted and exhuming cold data trials. After all, you're not the only morally lapsed character to wear that sigil. There's an entire strata of disaffected Autobots out there waiting to have their heads turned. My particular savant knew exactly which keywords to be alert for and located the data slag accordingly. Because, despite all the soul-staining murk I'd unearthed on you, I knew that only one item that would give me what I wanted, your attention, would be transcripts of the Equitas trials. And thanks to my accomplice, comspores embedded in networks galaxy-wide lay poised to bloom with potent data at a moment of my choosing. One touch, and it's all out there. The war reignites, the Autobots are disgraced, and I'm a walking symbol for where it all went wrong. So just simple, boring, unambitious blackmail, then? That's just the prime product, the afterbirth of a poor decision you've yet to make. What do you want, Tarantulas? Come, I want to show you something naughty. Springer had the right idea. Know me, Alaska. 'Cause I bet being inside that thing is a lot easier than being out here. Incoming! Oh, yeah, it's big laugh at the bot, frozen in mid-conversion. The battlefield strips away all dignity, I get it. Well, one day a bite just happened to you if you live long enough. Why aren't you broken yet? Amateurs. Carnivac, this is Lyobreaker calling from inside Tidal Wave. We've solved the problem of what was jamming the big guy's T-Cog, but you'll want to sniff it out for yourself. Understood. Carnivac out. Tidal Wave. Your alt-mold predicament is being dealt with. The very nanosecond you're able to revert to biomode and return to water, do not have me force you. It would be unpleasant for everyone. Come on, right, so no one wants to see me happy, do they? Fine. Back to the depths, I think that's where I left my moral. This guy. Okay, Cup, we need to mobilize if Springer's squad is stuck inside that thing. I ain't sure they are, Impactor, not if Prowl's lead pays off. Prowl's lead? He got word to us while you and Guzzle were taking Stakeout. He took his sweet time. How the hell did he make contact? Through me. The cogger had me bugged with a mind link so he could pull my strings and make me dance to his little lying tune. Cup, it's spawn on a glitch. I'm still Springer thinks he's worth saving. Someone must have set the kid a good example. So why did they all jump inside that massive idiot? What's in there? Prowl said that he was taken through there to some place called the Noise Maze by someone called Mesothulas. Please don't say the name Mesothulas. You're acquainted? Cup, help me get Guzzle back to Debris now. We're all in so much danger. I don't like being toyed with. That's not what's happening, Prowl. This doesn't feel wholly dignified to me. What real harm have you come to since arriving, Prowl? That's my point. The only force used on me was by your goons getting me here. Goons? Perhaps not mine. A sect of dissidents called Mayhem, fixated on toppling the leader classes of both factions. I required someone to do my heavy lifting in certain matters, and they required a generous benefactor willing to share ideologies and other things. They're biodisguises? Look, the whole process happens here. Tech masking biosignal, transmitters, fuel-efficient body frames that can manipulate mass with unparalleled ease, the lot, mixed in a cloak spark signature, and you have an entity unidentifiable as Cybertronian, visible only to the naked optic. They could be anything, anywhere. Earth could be swarming with an army of full-size Cybertronians comfortably cocooned in tiny blood-filled bodies right now. Humans, they could even be human. Well, it's a work in progress, Prowl. New breakthroughs every day. Onward. Now then, this centrifugal unit houses the harmonic dissonance generator, but that's old news. That merely keeps the noise maze at full roar. When I needed to remain unbothered, I built this entire facility, the tour around it. But here's where I imagine your interest lies. My energy source, in its raw form, I call it Optentum. It makes all this possible. The tour, the noise maze, the chimeracons, everything. There's so little of it comparatively, it shouldn't be possible. I make the impossible obsolete. I'll never forget the day you said that. Here, inspect for yourself. I trust you not to try anything, huh? Try anything? What would be the point? The data leaks, the jumps in technology, you even being here at all. They're all weapons pointing right at me. I haven't even begun to ascertain what it is you're after, but from here where... I haven't even begun to ascertain what it is you're after, but from where I'm standing, there's nothing stopping you from just having it. You've won. Won? Won what, Prowl? You think this is solely revenge? A bid for power? You think so little of me that you imagine I had become politicized in some way? Where's the interest in that? No, Prowl. This is a rare miscalculation from you. The reason I've talked you through everything I've achieved, shown you all of my wares, toured you up and down this entire complex, is because it's yours. You've done it, Prowl. You've won. I'm missing out about a stalled conversion. 2 mysteries, 1 solution. Bam. Must have found his way to the decog while tidal wave was at full expansion. Gummed it right up. You need help with the interrogation? We'll need to be quick. No, please, leave us the breaker. Hello, Stakeout. Carnivac, of all the bots. You look hairier. This, where you travel, taking you. A different path than the one you and I set on together. But I feel it's the right one. You know, he missed you when you defected. That doesn't sound like the Ultra Magnus to me, but it's kind of you to... That doesn't sound like Ultra Magnus to me, but it's kind of you to say. My time in his division informed my sense of justice, if nothing else. Does it hurt? Not so much anymore. You may wish to know your friends are still alive, if not entirely safe. Good. Will you stay with me? Don't think it's going to be long. Of course, take out. What are you talking about, Tarantulas? The weaponry, the troops, the tech, the mountains of evidence. You have it all. What more do you want? I want you. I want us. Tarantulas, how can you say that after all that happened? Because, Prowl, we need each other. No. Yes, you're right. Revenge would have made such a fascinating experiment. Leak the data without your knowledge. Donate all my assets to the Decepticons.
Then watch the Autobots be overrun by an unstoppable foe they can't even see, all before turning in on themselves. Then what, Tarantulas? What the hell stops you? Because I'd rather see my work reach its pinnacle, under your guidance of your cunning, artful hand. What you bring to my work is its peak potential, just as you know I bring it to yours.
The mythologizing stops now, Tarantulas. I'm not responsible for anything you decided to do. No, I'm not having you overwrite the truth. We will not be victim to your revisionism. We were each the muse to the other. Did you think it was ever my ambition to invent stasis bullets? Did you think it was ever my ambition to invent stasis bullets? Who was I going to fire them at? I was neutral. Your pet, non-affiliated scientist that no one else needed to know about. But when you asked if they were achievable, I delivered, and suddenly you became inspired. Soon it was Deceptibombs, and the first safe spark extraction on a prison detainee. I even developed the Overmind protocol used to mind link with Cup. As fast as I delivered you a miracle, you needed a new one, and as much as I was hooked on what you dreamed up, you were addicted to seeing those thoughts become reality. Come off it. I was just your conduit to, what did you call it? The specimen. Do I have that right? The concept that Cybertronian civilization and the war itself was some living macroscopic organism. Our race was your lab animal, and you were obsessed with finding new ways to prod it till it squeaked. The specimen may have been my initial interest, but how could I have been prepared for the connection you and I made? Even your calculating personality couldn't have seen that coming. Because it didn't happen, not the way you did it, it did. Because it didn't happen, not the way you think it did. Now, if you're asking me to join you, Tarantulas, then you're asking if I'm frightened to face the repercussions of my terrible judgment, and you're asking if the Autobots are too weak to recover from yet another attack on their way of life. And the simple answer to those questions is no. This isn't how I expected our union to go, Prowl. Me neither, but then I didn't see us meeting again. You never thought I'd get out, did you? That was the plan. What the... Prowl! Oh no, Prowl, please! Not now! I can't be apart from... It was too drastic a solution, you had said. Unethical. You couldn't bring yourself to commit prisoners, even sworn enemies, to the noise maze. But it was a fine fate for me. Now there would be no one to speak of what you had done, what you had been part of. I felt it when I got here first, the power of the maze. I couldn't have imagined how bad it. You still can't. You were pulled to safety after a moment's exposure to its charms. Not long enough to have your mind peeled and plunged, or your soul forced inside out, or to experience the slow system shut down and loss of self. You still managed to escape despite all that. I may have been naive and trusting, but I could never have been described as stupid. I had a personal jump gate fitted on my body, a precaution against finding myself trapped within the maze. But centuries had passed before I could even recall who I was, and longer again just drawing the strength to activate it. The jump gate was programmed to take me back to the source location, my lab, my home, a home you had given me every resource, an apparatus that allowed me to be the full version of me. It wasn't there anymore, not in a state I recognized, jagged, broken, abandoned, a metaphor for my spark. So I resolved to absorb the teachings of all the giants, of Cybertronian science that walked before me, my pilgrimage eventually taking me to Earth to follow in Shockwave's footsteps. I took a sample of his Ultra Energon and its most potent developmental stage, synthesized it, catalyzed it, and improved on it. I had my Optentium. Earth's wildlife transfixed me, the spider in particular. Our race had assumed rudimentary biodisguises before, but with Optentium, I could take it to the next step. I developed an energy-efficient way to shift a body's mass and maintain a form that gave out no energy profile whatsoever. How did the originators used to refer to it? Attaining the perfect alt mode. When all is done, perfecting that step will be seen as my second greatest achievement. You know what my first was, though? Don't you, Prowl? Prowl, what happened to Ostratos? Prowl, what happened to Ostaros? Do you remember him, Prowl? What he looked like? When I returned from the maze, the lab had been ransacked, destroyed with prejudice. There was no trace of him. The artificial spark it had held, the synthesized matrix energy, had taken flawlessly. Empty of experience, filled with potential, new life, Prowl, the first of its kind. He was almost ready. He just needed filling up. Otherwise, he was perfect. It bears no effect on why you're here, Prowl. Truly, but please tell me, what happened to him? He came with me, Tarantulas. I gave him a life, the best I could, the only one I could think of. I falsified logs so no one would question his origins, and had him auto-branded. He passed for the real thing. He was the real thing. I'm sorry, Tarantulas. Ostaros died in combat, an Autobot soldier. I want to ask you the question one more time. My answer's not going to. If you say no, if you say you destroyed as I was, not physically, but mentally, emotionally, all you've worked for, all you've lived for, toppled over for the vultures to feast on, just because you denied me, I have felt loss, true loss, Prowl, and I want you to be alive and aware and conscient, to feel it too. Ostaros I miss terribly, but he could never have happened without you, and nothing like him will happen again without you either. My God, Tarantulas, will you join me? My answer is still no. I hope you're telling the truth to me, Prowl. The screaming and the laughing, Hubcap. Why can't you do something? You want to you want to know why I'm laughing, blood bag? Just ask. That's not it. Should be able to. The maze. I can feel it in my. Hubcap, did you do something? He was starting to annoy me. How did you do that, Hubcap? How did you make him commit calamari? I switched off the neural blockers he had fitted to protect him from the maze, and amplified its effects. What effects? Homesickness? Violent ennui? What does this place do? Nothing to humans, it seems. You process light and sound differently to us, but the noise maze targets Cybertronians on a sensory level. It hurts. But why not you? And how are you able to switch his brain shield off? I'm different. I can filter out the noise maze's attack, it would seem. That's great. then you can help the guys? Like protect the block into their sensors instead of ripping one out?
Damn it.
Verity? Oh man, I think this might be it. Hubcap, what are you?
Verity, you have to know that what you did, taking on Prowl, was so brave, and I wish you need to be brave again now, Verity. You have to be. Director Space Station Debris.
You know, Impactor, it's almost funny. Usually someone has to be dead before they take their secrets to their grave. You don't get to be the leader of the Wreckers by being predictable, Cup. Is Guzzle still offline? Yep, recharging now. That kid seems a little... No, he seems a lot. Okay, I don't understand much about this noise maze, but it's basically an unstable construct made out of borrowed matter or something. I don't know. It'll fry your mind, carpet bomb all your senses, shred your synapses bad all day round. I'm trying to ignore how you know all this in the first place. Me too. So in theory we could go in protected, right? Upload cranial buffers, just run sensors bare bones like... That theory is all I got, but yeah. The one thing I'm certain of is that nothing is beyond Mesothulas' capabilities. The fact that he's back confirms that. And the scale of the revenge and mind like that would wreck on Prowl. So we have to act fast and act big. There. That is it. That's it, Cup. That's the gate to the noise maze. Left it too long, should have ended the mission and gone to him. He would have trusted me. Would have all died like that. Springer? Springer, is that... When the spark ether weapon was on his face, I wish I'd been the one to do it. My fault I let him do that to me. My fault for following him, for not seeing what he is. My fault for not being strong enough. Roadbuster? RC? Where are you? It was better to do it while they all slept. They could have grown up to be anything. The only time I've ever known happiness was when I was killing him, again and again and again. If I'd been able to switch modes, I would have reached him first, stopped him. I wouldn't have had to do what I did later. What are you talking about? Why are you saying? It pays to go that one step further with the work, Prowl. I never knew what you'd need next, you see. No, Tarantulas. They weren't good enough. They didn't deserve to be there, so I made it look like an accident. I've thought about squishing one to see what sound it makes. So when you commissioned Iketas, a computer that could assert in guild, I had a vision for what could come next. A computer that would extract it. Your friends have proven more than adequate, if less than willing test subjects for impetus. I've saved you a seat, Prowl. Come, I want to show you me something naughty. I couldn't make him see. I didn't want to stop cutting. I heard voices. Gzz. Please, no. The past. You've got to learn. This is how I was taught, and it's for the best, it really is. But it's time to stop, isn't it? Yes, Roadbuster. I'm finished here, I think. Good. Now take them to my altar. Now? Yes. Place them in the hall with the rest. Hold! Put the cannons down and step away from that hold, Roadbuster. No! You have no command over me. Mortilius is my master. I do as he says. Tell them.
don't you speak? Where have you gone? That shtick won't be enough for High Command to forget all those cadets who never came home. Hall's empty, sir. Nothing else there. Seiko forced them to switch forms repeatedly in the name of training. Mole drilling, huh? They never stood a chance. You're going to have to go away, Roadbuster. No! Why are you doing this? I did as you asked. Why have you left me? Talk. Tell them what you told me. Just talk. I want you to talk to me again. Thought we'd cleared the town. I think you might be right. Aren't you privileged to see impetus at work, Prowl? Its forerunner, the Aikitas computer, merely determined the guilt. This model forcibly extracts it. Extraction process halted. All that juicy shame leaking all over the place. Springer's impotence at Pova. RC's bloodlust, the whole Roadbuster affair. Just think of what you could use it for. Your voice, Mortulus. You're the voice. How did you do that? How were you able to talk to me? I used to hear you all the time. Because I was with you all the time. This body reduced to its tiniest size, my mouth pressed to your willing ear, urging you to gather still living sparks for me to test my Chimeracon process. You played your part in my restoration, Roadbuster, even in half the time those sparks were cold and empty once you'd finished with them. He thought you'd gone mad. We all did. None of us really believed him. I needed you. I missed you. Where did you go? The day the voice stopped for you, Roadbuster, was the day they started for me. Little chap's still alive. Take him in. Make sure he's okay. Poor Cogger's been through enough. Hubcap? You were one of my cadets. I don't remember you. No one does. You barely remember I live in some space station as you. I'm the sort of bot people don't remember, don't notice. Oh, I noticed you, boy. I knew you could do things for me. You're an outlier, a living signal booster or blocker. How could I overlook a skill like that when the galaxy was dying to hear all about Prowl? Tell him how much of a hobby of yours he'd become. It started after I'd returned to my point. It started after I returned to my post of intellect. It started after I returned to my post as intelligent analyst following my recovery. All those transmissions tend to wash over you. Sometimes something catches your eye. It hit me hard, Roadbuster. Released after completing minimum rehab. It hit me hard, Roadbuster. Released after completing minimum rehab on your orders as a personal favor to Impactor. Who owes someone like Impactor a favor that big? Were the lives he ruined ended worth so little? Do you know what it's like to be drilled by him? And I mean no Prowl, not skim data. Do you know what it is like to be drilled by him? And I mean no Prowl, not skim read data per track. This is the sort of data the specimen throws up from time to time, Prowl. The precise moment of radicalization, the second a new monster is born. Soon Hubcap was doing my work for me, uncovering all sorts of murkiness for me to drown you in. It would fit your narrative more comfortably to think I had coerced him into these acts, Prowl. But what really made Hubcap betray the Autobots was you. It's me you want to hurt, to bring down Hubcap, and I get it. But why do it for him? What's he offering you? Dignity, strength, upgrades. Tarantulas is designing me a custom body. I won't be a forgettable nobody with an invisible power set anymore. I'll be strong. I see. You haven't received these augmentations yet then, Hubcap? Don't undermine me. Don't diminish me. I won't have it. I was forged scarred. Don't undermine me. Don't diminish me. I won't have it. I was forged scared, Prowl. I'm scared now. But what do you... Everything about you is wrong. And it takes brave people like me and Verity, to let the world know what you really are. Stop it! Stop it!
Why do you keep saying that? I'm not brave. It's because the reason I...
Tell them, please. Oh, please, tell them. Let me study their reactions. Tell them you're dying. You're a liar, Tarantulas.
No, he's not. Stakeout ran the tests. Overexposure to intense energy of Cybertronian origin, he said.
No. He was half right. I took the enjoyable liberty of making my own inspection. Your condition isn't merely down to day-to-day contact with our kind. The particle signature of the intense energy that has so eroded your body appears to originate from Aequitas itself. I surmise you may have been present for its less than graceful download.
Huh? Of course. Perfect.
Like a wounded, frightened animal, the human wishes to see you destroyed before she expires, Prowl. No, that wasn't it, was it? It was a hollow threat to get my attention. You wanted my help.
You always were the guy with all the answers. 5-0. I knew I've dangled Aequitas in front of you. You'd have to take me seriously. Geez, how do you wipe away tears in this thing?
I wish you'd asked me, Verity.
And give you the power to say no? Like, why would you help me? No, right then? I needed some control, some dignity. Me and Iron Fist had big plans for that data, truth, justice, all the good stuff. But then I got sicker and sicker, and Aequitas was all I had to buy my way out. Iron Fist was dying that whole time, and he just stuck with the plan. Be a good Autobot, the best Autobot, and put saving the day ahead of your own butt. But I couldn't do that. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but on Earth, life is short, and it feels it. I'm sorry, Iron Fist.
Of course, there's only one real way we will discover if Prowl does have all the answers of Verity. Time for your first sample of impetus, Prowl. Try before you buy. No, Tarantulas. You want to know what really happened to Ostaros? Yes? Okay, but let me do it straight. Let me do it right. Ostaros, the life you created in your lab, was an abomination, and all he was to me was some obscene reminder of the horrors you and I brought on this world. I raised my blaster to his head, squeezed the trigger, and shot him where he stood. This is Cup. We're coming to get you, Prowl. You hear me? No, you're telling me nothing. Be ready. We have a way to get you out. Crash the maze once we are done. I hadn't suspected, hadn't dreaded. But be certain to your spark that no one is doing this because they want you to be okay. But still I am compelled to need you by my side. All you are to us, to anyone, is a valuable asset that needs to be secured. And that's what we do. We're only saving you because of what you are, not who you are. What must be done to you, to your comrades, before you give me what I want? Tell it to me now, Prowl. Say the words I need to hear. What's that? I said, rock and roll. Noise maze, getaway, opening. Noise maze, getaway, opening. Noise maze, gateway, opening. Noise maze, gateway, opening. What? What's happening? And why are you smiling? Something's piercing the maze spatial membrane. It's debris. It's the Wrecker space station. Noise maze, gateway, opening. Noise maze, gateway, opening. Ha! Impactor, you mad? Prowl's mind link was reopened before I could block it. In that case, matters have been expedited somewhat. Hubcap, hasten. I have been left with no choice but to activate their data transfer. I'm very much like you to be there too, Prowl. Look, Sharp Cup, I didn't hit you that hard. Not the first 3 times. You needed to be out cold to link up with Prowl. Your theory worked. Well,
Let's hope yours does, and this space station can squeeze through that tiny door and collapse the joint. Something Daber's size should mass crash the noise maze and seal it up once we've grabbed our guys. Just both of you. Are you listening, Guzzle? Make sure your sensor shielding is activated, or the place will shred your minds to savings and feed if you go. Got it? I wish my sensors were working now. Big guns were loaded up with enough explosives to make our prison feel like a wax job. Stop jaw-jacking and let's bring the house down. Tether yourself to the transmitter nodes, Hubcap, and prepare to bring the data spores to bloom. We send everything. Carnivac, this is Tarantulas. The noise maze has been breached. It would seem a gate I no longer have control is being used to force an Autobot spacecraft through. Activate your gate within tidal wave and guarantee your squad a truly righteous battle. Tarantulas out. We're just gonna do as he says. He asks little enough of us, Overbite. This can be the final exercise these buddies need before we put them to their intended use. He asks little of us. Overbite, this can be the final exercise these buddies need before we put them to their intended use. Discussion over. Activate your neural blockers, brothers, and prepare for victory. Enter the gate. Discussion over. Activate your neural blockers, brothers, and prepare for victory. Enter the gate. So that's it. Everyone just pops off to some massive bunch of Palooza, leaving me on this soggy little rock to wrinkle up misery. We'll see about that. There, links severed. If you wish to speak to anyone now, Prowl, it shall have to be one of us, huh? Fine, come. If that data transmit, think of the fallout. The war reignited. All those lives, aren't they worth that? What Roadbuster did to you? What I did to you? Is this what you really want? It used to be. Quiet, you. Don't talk to him. And you don't talk to anyone except me. You want this halted, Prowl. You know what you need to say. Do I look like I'm in position to stop any of this, Tarantulas? Neither of us are in control anymore, but at least I realize it. Is anyone else free? We all are free. Verity? I don't like it. Now you know, Springer, right? I'm not bad. I don't want you to think I'm bad. I'm just scared. It's okay to be scared, Verity. We're loose. While we're loose, I can't be tricked by him again, Springer. Not anymore. Whoa, weapons. Our weapons. And now, the door. He's playing us. Can you see it? It's all a trap. Yeah, maybe, but one we're tooled up for. My kind of trap. We're being helped? That would make a weird change, wouldn't it? Take up positions and ready yourself for insanity. Try not to let these jokers distract you. We need to get inside that compound. We are going home with fur coats. You make me smile, kid. Mind your backs, everyone. Let's get this done with professionalism and minimal fuss. You can't beat tidal wave. Tarantulas, that fool tidal wave is turning himself inside out, trying to enter the noise maze. Shut the gate down. Maze integrity unstable. Maze integrity unstable. Idiot, dissident, Claude, deactivate the... No, how? Excuse me, I was wondering if you could help us. We've got violent tendencies and serious issues with guilt. Is this the right room? Wreckers, take the place apart. The data does not get sent today. I'll secure the subject. Springer, you didn't let me down. Same can't be said for you, Prowl. Once the situation is dealt with, however it ends, I'm not letting myself be put in this situation ever again. We'll talk late, Springer. No, we won't. Take the weapon, get Hubcap to Debris, and find a way to prove to me you're worth all this. Springer, go. No, I won't let you take... We spilled our guts for you, Tarantulas. Your turn. Maybe it's the stench of laser fire and intense moral danger, Doc and Kid, but it's great to be back working with you, Guzzle. I am excellent at my job. Tidal wave, remove yourself from the noise maze immediately. Its dimensional integrity cannot be sustained like this. I don't even know how what you're doing is possible. No, I have been excluded from group activities for the last time. If you want me to stop you, matted little fended chaser, you know exactly what you have to do.
Carnivac, didn't recognize you on 2 feet. There, that's better. Nice to see Mayhem living up to their name. Real sleek operation going on in here. Having problems? This too shall pass, Wrecker. You sometimes find the hard way who's true to the cause and who believes or ring hollow. Not yours, though. Your team has risked so much and is in the danger of losing even more, all out of loyalty to Prowl. You think I'm blind to what Prowl is capable of, Carnivac? He's an out-and-out vent wipe, but there's a lot more at stake here if we don't rescue him and shut this place down. You know that? No, what I know, Impactor, is throughout history there would never be a need for cleanup crews like yours if it wasn't for Prowl and all his filth-fingering ilk. No factions, just truth. Imagine that scenario and tell me why it can't be ours. You don't know me well enough to start referring to things as ours, pal. Maybe buy me an inject first. But make it quick, as I'm just about to. Whoa! Now. Don't be jealous, everyone. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You've all done your best with what you have. But now I'm here to punch everything into the future. So embarrassing. Wow, dissidents, they get bigger every day. Oof, that was easy and painful. I don't think this is going well, boss. Come on, Ruby. No, it's not looking good. Okay, I don't want all that stuff that came out back there. The voices, the cadets, the bad things. I don't want that to be how you remember me. When you think of me, I want you to remember I was your friend. Roadbuster. Everybody cover your senses. We wreckers go out loud. Wreck and roll, you heap of smelt. Roadbuster. What? Huh? Springer. I know Springer. I know. But you know how this works. Otherwise, what was the use? Yes, let's just go. This way, quickest Prowl. The mass buffers propping up the noise maze won't last much longer with debris and tidal wave pushing the place to its limits. I'm glad it's over. I mean, I know it's not. I know I'm facing custody and who knows what else when we get to the other side, but I can't believe I'm going to be rid of it all, free-o. Please don't. Please don't do this, Prowl. Hubcap, I can't allow you to come back with me. Not because of what you did, but because you could do it again. All it takes is for you to have a bad day, another one. One of so many, Hubcap, and all that classified data you've accrued, all that material that could destroy so many people, not just me, is sent out there. That can't happen. Will it stop with me? Will my death be the end of small robots dying in dark corridors erased from existence? After this one last horrible act, you flip the switch and tomorrow you're a heroic Autobot? Why would you say that? Because if you allow this cycle to continue, it won't be long before someone tries to tell the world about it, and it succeeds. Bots like me are only this way, broken, scared, abused because of bots like you. The weak can't change until the strong do. I'm scared and I'm sorry. This huge mess has happened, and we can't do anything about it now. But can't we prevent it from happening again? Your logic is sound. There has to be strength to change. Oh, Prowl, No! Impactor, why? Because you weren't going to. He didn't deserve to die, Impactor. He didn't deserve any of this. I know we did, but we didn't deserve to pay for it if he went rogue again. Better, braver bots than him died trying to get that damned data for you. I put him away so I can look them in the eye when my time comes. He's wrong, by the way. Nothing changes. Nothing. There'll always be guys like me who came along and pull the trigger when guys like you can't find. There'll always be guys like me who come along and pull the trigger when guys like you find they can't. Where'd he go? Roadbuster. Oh, Roadbuster. Do you remember what it was like to have that voice in your head, Roadbuster? No, oh God, I can't, don't, no. Tell me, did it feel like this? Time to close up shop. Impactor, how'd you get in here? Prowl, I told you to. Where's Hubcap? Dealt with? You what? Prowl, you couldn't even... Hey, it was me, okay? He hadn't stopped being a security risk just because he wasn't in the same room as the big bad spider. Where's... Roadbuster. Yeah, I know. Come on, guys. We need to hit the alt modes. This whole place is gonna turn itself inside out. Wait, I want to make things right. The universe doesn't have enough time for that, Prowl. Don't think that I haven't been running simulations on what I could achieve with all the Tarantulas toys, Primus, all that Optentum, but we need to eradicate every hellish microgram of this place. You have a plan? I always have a plan. How's that been working for you? Then once we reach the fuel depot, we lay Impactor's explosive and send the Optentum and the rest of the facility to Kingdom Come. What do we need to completely tear down the maze itself? Nothing sort of well-placed gravitational crunch would do the job. Get one? Maybe. That Wolfbot Carnivac, he can demold you against your will. Horrible. But think of the G-forces at work in regular-sized cyber mode shifts. Now imagine the G's that conversion on a tidal wave size could pull. I'll go one better. This super fuel is unstable in its raw form. Jax, your body frame and your temper for the worst. Just ask Guzzle. He won't answer you. So if tidal waves stuffed with that gear and even more of the leash, Carnivac will be forced to switch them from idiot to whale. Down comes the house, finishing the job. Debris crashing the maze started. Good meeting, team. You guys playing nice together is way scary. We're here. Fuel stashed in that column, you said. Come on, Springer. Help me lay down some boom boom. Prowl, you got us here. Now get Verity to safety. She doesn't need any more of this. She's too sick. Actually, no, I'm not. Not anymore. Verity? My body feels different, better. He said he took the liberty of inspecting me himself. He said that. Prowl, he's done something weird to me. Please, don't think you're special, blood bag. By the time this is over, I'll have done something weird to everyone. All of this is your fault, Prowl. You could have ended it with a single word, but instead, here you are. A shameful attempt at violent resistance. The only option you possess. We're both out of options, Tarantulas. Do you even see it? This whole compound is shaking itself to pieces. You're about to lose everything, and all over again. I don't remember you being this wrong this often, Prowl. You know you can have too many party tricks. You're gonna need a bigger show. I made sure there'd be a back door this time, Prowl. My research, my data, my entire facility, it's all coming with me. And so are you. All three of you. Compound contraction initiated. Noise maze gate opening. Annex test subjects of Jihaxus, an augmented earth creature. And you, my Prowl. The three of you, infinite fodder for my study. How could I ever grow weary? This whole place, it's shrinking. Mass displacement has so many uses, Bloodbag. The noise maze may perish, but I have a wealth of locations I could choose to mourn it in. Springer? The guys of Eight-Legged Company, and I don't think they're in a position to do much about it. Damn it, I don't think we could be sure of putting him down even if we all pitched in. And there's not enough charges laid to guarantee this place would come down. Okay, Impactor, this is it. You and RC get Prowl, and Verity out of here. I'll stay behind and get this done. You're being an idiot. This isn't a scenario that's calling for a blood sacrifice. Listen, Impactor, I'm done. I've been done since Garrus 9. I was needed for this job, I answered the call. But all along, I knew that, one way or another, this would be it. I need peace. I don't like it. I outran you. I don't care. Take the detonator. We'll use a call and response signature on the old frequency. If you stop receiving my replies, then let her rip. But I've no intention of dying, Impactor. I want to join you on Debris and push the button myself. Springer? I have flight mode, Impactor. I'll make it out. Call and response. I'll be there. Got it? Wreck. Rule. Got it. That's it. Now, here's the play. Hey, Tarantulas. Well, spinnerets are for chumps. RC, cut the web. Loving it. Done. No. Nice moves. Some stuff simply can't be taught. Otherwise, I could tell you just what I did. Springer's staying in the way of the charges. You and me need to make sure that Prowl gets to wherever he's going, and Verity gets out safely. Rule. Rule, why did you just say, go get... No, Verity. Rule, why did you just say, get... No, Verity. Please, oh God. Please, oh God, I've got this and more therapy I can't afford. Stop him. You're not having her. Rule. Your collective concern for the flesh sack seems a little late, don't you think? She was all but abandoned following her contribution to your war, following her sacrifices. I wonder what it was you saw in her. A sentinel species, perhaps, designed to test for hazards? A pet? A mascot? I saw a creature broken in so many ways. A tiny conundrum of naughty little puzzle that I wished to test myself on. With all my resources and research, the biotech, the dermalume, the nanosealants. Why wouldn't I put my skills to the test? It doesn't make sense. I don't expect it would to you, Prowl. A helpless life cut short in need of nurture and care. What would that mean to you anyway? Do you not see this is what I was capable of too, Prowl? Giving life instead of taking it. The human is whole again, repaired. You could never give that gift. In this way, a way that counts, I will always be better than you.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to play with my life, my body like that just to score a point.
Prowl set the rules to this game, Bloodbag. Prowl set the rules to this game, Bloodbag. He could have called a halt to it, yet he chose not to. So now I make good of my promise. Everything I cared for, crafted, loved, was taken from me. That's suffering. That's worse than death. And now I intend to repay Prowl in kind, backdated to the very second he sealed me inside the nose maze and left me to crumble. Rule, you seem so smart and sane, yeah? Creepily dependent and fixated, definitely, but you come across as knowing about a lot of stuff. So what makes you think Prowl was the one who pushed you in here? Where do you want this? I want it gone, destroyed, get it out of my sight. Tarantulas? Yeah, he's in there, just like you wanted. And no, Prowl, I didn't do it. That was something I wasn't prepared to do. Whatever you owe me already, you could never pay me back for that. If you want it done, you pull the trigger. I've been eating Prowl since the dawn of time. I've been eating Prowl since the dawn of time, but it's only so far I'd go, so I'd left him to it. It changes very little, Wrecker. For your part in my banishment, I will ensure your suffering will be delicately physical. It changes very little, Wrecker. For your part in my banishment, I will ensure your suffering will be delicately physical. But it was still Prowl's desire to see me consigned to the noise maze. It was still Prowl who was left to murder my Ostaros. You didn't do it? What? Why would I think you could have done it? What precedent there? What precedent is there for Prowl soiling his own hands with something so base? I told you, Tarantulas, Ostaros is gone. Yes, you told me. You resisted the guilt extraction. The others faced and lied. Prowl lies. Not this time, Tarantulas. He never died, did he? What did you do with him? Where is he? Wreck. Rule. Oh, Springer? He's here? He's here! Ostaros! Ostaros! Prowl, Verity, get that obtention to cup and guzzle and get the hell out of the noise maze. We need tidal waves stuffed full of it for the plan to work. Rule. Prowl, Verity, get that obtention to cup and guzzle and get the hell out of the noise maze. We need tidal waves stuffed full of it for the plan to work. Rule. See you on the other side, Impactor. Squish him good, please. Stratos, I'm coming. Impactor, catch. Okay, now what? Hold yourself up that retina scanner and see if you can use his eyes to stop this place from shrinking in on top of us. Obviously. Contraction halted. Contraction halted. You disgusting genius, RC. It's amazing what occurs to you when you're tired and you just want to go home. As soon as Springer wraps, we're out of here. Roll. The compound, it stopped shrinking. Don't talk to me, Prowl. The compound, it stopped shrinking. Don't talk to me. The compound. It stops shrinking. Don't talk to me, Prowl. Just get us out of here. That isn't going to be straightforward. Whoa, he's tearing it to pieces. There'll be nothing left. Wait, are they? What's that spilling out of Derbis? What's that spilling out of Debris? Coffins, Verity. Those are coffins of dead records. Oh God, please, no, nothings. Oh God, oh no, Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Verity, you can't make this better, Prowl. You can't make this better, Prowl. Why would you think you could? Just please, just shut up. Prowl, guess I'm supposed to be glad you made it. Cup. Good to see you, kid. Cup. Good to see you, kid. Is this the two of you? They've got it under control. You? Hands are pretty full, and you think I'd be busy to do this. But I'm not. That is beautiful. Now, get across that gate to Derbis while it's still there. Your safety is why the others ain't here, so show some respect and get gone. Not just yet, Cup. We've brought some of Tarantulas' super fuel. We need to feed it all the tidal wave. As if I ever needed proof that you were put here to make everyone's life awkward, Prowl. No, it's a plan. Juice Blue Bubber Chops and then force Carney, the wolf boy, to take him down with the magic howl of meanness. The G-force of the big blowhole's conversion will totally collapse the whole place behind us. It's science. Violent science. Snack attack. Don't do it, Guzzle. We need it to take the big guy down. But it tastes so good. It feels even better. Not as good as victory, kid. You sound stupid. Watch me win your fight, pinheads. This better end in an explosion. Wrap your bleens around this, kelp clicker. What you doing? I like it now. I like it now. Bigger, better, mess it up all. I'll put no more kick victim, break it, makes better toys. Carnavac, can you feel it? The maze? Yeah, Denser. It's falling apart. Oh, damn tidal wave. My head. Sensor's throwing me off. Can't make out. Is there a chief strategist in the house? Not for much longer. Everyone run. Did you feel it? My head? Something must have happened outside. I think they did it. The maze is starting to fall apart. Everything's falling apart. But Los Stratos came back, so all is restored. What? No, Springer. I'm coming, Stratos. How to follow him? Impactor. How? We can't make it across that leap. We have to warn him. I can't let him. Springer, this is Impactor. Tarantulas has. Impactor, this is Springer. I can't hear your messages anymore, but I can still send mine, barely. You need to stick to the plan, Impactor. These charges can only go off if you're alive enough to throw the switch. I'll keep transmitting, and if I don't, then you know what to do. Hope you're getting this. Wreck. Springer, damn it. You heard him, Impactor, and he's... right. You heard him, Impactor, and he's right. But it won't come to that worst, okay? Wreck. This is my first time out with him, but I think I get it. I see why Prowl called on him to sort this mess out. I see why everyone follows him blindly. I see why you picked him to be a wrecker. Wreck. He's got this. He can make it. He can't make it. Let's go. Wreck. Kinda hard to see, but unless Verity's grown more legs, you must be the big bad guy. Wreck. Stratos. Ever. Sorry. Can't let you do that. Wreck. Wreck. Lose. Again. You die. Stop. Save. Go down. Spawn on a glitch. Wreck. Oh, see. No. I didn't think we'd, oh my god. Alright, everyone's magna clamps on while I try and reverse trust on this thing. Wait, it's Guzzle. Yup. I'm here. Impactor? He stopped signaling. I know. I don't think I can. But he was the leader of the wreckers. He gave his last order to me. He was your friend. His last request was review. Call it. Guzzle, please not after everything. Please don't do this. Are you feeling okay? Feeling better than okay. I'm feeling righteous. Cup and Prowl. All those Autobots looking up to you. Red badge. Might as well be purple. What do you do? Sign of a sucker. Cup, you killed some friends of mine a while back. A lot of them. They said 'cause you were crazy sick. It's not good enough for me. And Prowl, never seen a murderer's hands so shiny white. But we ain't your toys, none of us are. And you need to know that before I... We waited and waited. When we had to pull what was left of Derbis out of the maze rather than risk being dragged in whole. After all we'd done for him, after all we'd risked, that idiot ran back in. We asked him afterwards what was he thinking. He said he'd run every permutation of every scenario through his head, and none of them could guarantee what he did would work. So he asked himself what would a wrecker do, and that's when he decided to go back. That's when Prowl decided to go back for Springer. Cup and Prowl mind link has been severed. At least that's what we've been told. Did they tell Prime everything? Probably not. They never do. But he'll have been told enough to know that Prowl needs dealing with, and publicly. Cup wants nothing to do with him, and any loyalty that RC may have had to him imploded with the Noisemates. I asked her to come with us, but she politely declined. I got the impression that she wouldn't stand against us, though. Okay, we're going to reread that as a wrecker. We waited and waited. But we had to pull what was left out of Derbis. But we had to pull what was left out of Debris out of the maze rather than risk being dragged in whole. After all we'd done for him, after all we'd risk, that idiot run back in. We asked him afterwards what was he thinking. He said he'd run every permutation and every scenario through his head, and none of them could guarantee what he did would work. So he asked himself, what would a record do? And that's when he decided to go back. That's when Prowl decided to go back for Springer. Captain Prowl's mind link has been severed. At least that's what we've been told. Did they tell Prime everything? Probably not. They never do. But he'll have told them enough to know that Prowl needs dealing with, and publicly. Cup wants nothing to do with him. And any loyalty that RC may have had to him imploded with the noise maze. I asked her to come with us, but she politely declined. I got the impression that she wouldn't standing up against us, though. I don't know where Springer is. I can guess, but I don't want to know. I think that suits both of us. He's done what I wish I was brave enough to do. He stopped. But I can't do that. Not when there's so much to be made right. You were right, Cardimac. The hypocrisy ends, and the time has come. Bots like you and me were built to do the dirty jobs. Well, there's no dirtier job than the revolution. Nothing short of that will stop those that see us as their pawns. So what now, Impactor? We're here to wreck. We're here to rule.
I knew this would be hard, but I thought it would be me facing the end by the time I got to see the lights. Wish you'd gotten a second chance to stake out. Look at it. It's all so impossible. Impossible's what you wanted. It's what we got, both of us. How long do you think we have?
Till it catches up with us. Till our lives go back to normal and stop being normal. Could happen any time. Today, tomorrow. This could end at any moment.
Sounds like being human to me.